Hello, Duelist! It is your boy Winster, and I'm back at it again with another round of locals. Round 4 from last week, the last round. We got Exodia on the left versus Maliss. Now, before we jump into this last round of locals, all I ask in the comment section, be respectful. There is nothing at stake here. This is just locals. These are people. We're here to have fun and learn the game, and sometimes mistakes are going to be part of it. It looks like Exodia did win the die roll, so we are going to be going first. I see Exodia Obliterate, Blue Eyes Heart, Shifter, the Field Spell. I always forget it's like Spellcaster Land. I forgot what it's called. But I'm pretty sure that Blue Eyes is pretty integral to the strategy. This card is always treated as a Millennium card. You could discard this card. Oh, wow. Add one Millennium Ankh from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of this card once per turn. This card is your graveyard and you successfully activate a Millennium Ankh this duel, and your opponent normal summon or special summons a monster that is level 8 or higher and has 3,000 more attack. You can send one monster from the graveyard, and if you do special summon this card, you're going to use this effect each once per turn. Okay, so what's going to search out Millennium Ankh, which is super important, right? Because it's like the fusion, right? I have to read all these cards. I don't know what they do. Show 5 forbidden ones, and then special summon one unstoppable Exodia Incarnate from your extra deck. Then shuffle the face-up monsters you control into the deck except that card. Or that are level 10 or higher Millennium Monster cards. Also, you cannot special summon for this turn. After this card's activation, shuffle this card into the deck instead of sending it to the graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and reveal again. We always ask your opponent to reveal. And you know what's the craziest part of this all, guys? Is that this man has 2 QCRs and 2 commons. Like, at least have a matching common set or a matching QCR set. They're pretty cheap. I'm just being a certified hater right now. And let me see what Exodia Incarnate does. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, if this card battles during damage cal, you can make this card gain attack equal to your life points. Once per turn, when a spell trap is activated or effect, you could negate the activation once per turn. During the end phase, you could set one Exodia. Yeah. And then you said it like Obliterate. Obliterate is like the banishing everything, right? Oh my, let me find the freaking card. Okay, I found it. Exod, the Fires of Rage. You control level 10 or higher Exodia monster. Destroy a monster your opponent controls. This card is in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there. You could banish it. You could add one forbidden monster from your deck to your hand. And then shuffle up to 5 from your graveyard banishment. You can. It's pretty good. I think the crazy one is Obliterate, man. You could go ahead and pay half your life points, destroy many opponent's spawn traps card, then equip 5 Exodia forbidden one monsters from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and he gains 2,000 attack. I remember I was playing him one time, and then the monster ended up getting like 10,000 attack, which was freaking crazy. He just OTK'd me on the spot. And also activated Village, which is pretty strong too, because our opponent's not going to be able to activate any kind of spell card. So a little bit of a floodgate. You have 2 set, and then at the end of turn, he sets that spell or trap. And then just passes turn, draws for turn. We still have Shifter. Now, inherently, Shifter isn't really bad against Maliss. The reason being is they want their stuff banished. But to really go off, it could sometimes be inoptimal with the incorrect hand. But it looks like we have a pretty correct hand here. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Dormouse. Dormouse effect is going to banish. And then do we have a response? Effect Veiler's dead because everything's getting banished at the moment. And then again, we're going to go ahead and read the card. Really important to read, guys. Remember, it's okay to read. This might be the last time that you guys see me recording from a side angle, because this glare is getting a little annoying and I want to bring better content to you guys. So definitely, again, thank you for your patience. But I'm going to start recording from top down. Here I'm recording at an angle. So it's going to resolve. It's going to go ahead and banish what I would think would be, it looks like the cat, Keshichi cat. And then we aren't going to be able to activate any kind of spell cards. So that Village is going to be a little bit difficult to deal with, considering that everything is like Cyberse in this deck. Okay. And what do we do here? Do we activate? Oh, we're going to go ahead and activate it. And that should destroy all the monsters on the field here. But since everything's getting destroyed, it's going to be banished. Does it really matter in this deck? Because we're still going to summon out the Dormouse because it was banished. Yet We're going to activate Sarcophagus. That should be met with the Exodia. Or, excuse me, we're not going to activate it. First, we're going to activate this to target that shifter. When it destroys all cards your opponent controls, excuse me, it doesn't destroy the spell and traps. I'm sorry about that. And then we're going to summon out Dark. Okay, now we have a spellcaster on the field, so now we're going to be able to play spell cards. Oh, we weren't able to activate yet because of the Secret Village. And then that's going to be met with the Exodia. And then we're going to activate a Lure. Okay, he thought he was going to pass. Okay. Still got the Obliterate as well, so we can gain all that attack onto the Exodia. We're going to... Oh, what a top deck if you didn't have that already. White Rabbit effect is going to go ahead and get the fields, or set the card, which should be the special summon from deck. Yep, special summon from deck. I always forget their names, but I know that one. So we should be able to activate this one. And because we control the Maliss card, we could activate it. Even if we activate that Obliterate Blaze, pay half your life points, destroy many cards on your spawn trap. And the spawn trap as possible. That could just be triggered, chain 2 and then activate that. So doesn't really matter here. That would also get rid of the Secret Village, so it could be a little bit of an issue. So what are we gonna do next? Okay, so we are going to link 3. What are we gonna summon out? SP Little Knight, get rid of the Exodia. Oh yeah, we have to get rid of that guy. And then we're going to set one and then pass. Going to go ahead and draw for turn. Now, in regular standards, like Shifter with Obliterate and then the Exod Fires of Rage and the Village should have been enough. Because of the Shifter, right? Like, there's so much to, like, play through. But this deck doesn't really mind its stuff getting banished too well or too much. So that's why we're able to play through this. So I think it's just like a bad matchup. And we are going to normal summon Exodia. And then I think we have the Golem. Yeah, that activates in hand. And let me go ahead and read what this guy does. The activation of your Millennium cannot be negated. You're going to use each effect of this card once per turn. Once per turn, if this card is in your hand, you can place it in your spawn trap code as a continuous spell. While this card isn't continuous, you can play 2,000 life points with one Millennium in your hand. Special summon this card, or you could add one Wedju Temple. Okay, so it's gonna go ahead and add the Temple, and this guy is freaking pretty beefy too. 2,200 defense, 2,000 attack. Okay, so that is gonna add us Wedju Temple. I do not know what this card does. During your main phase, you can place one monster from your hand and your spell trap opponent as a continuous spell. Then place one Millennium monster from your deck into your spell trap zone and place a continuous spell. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. Any monster you control to by battle by card effect, you can place in his bench. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if that's going to be enough, right? Like, even though the Shifter did do somewhat of a job, right, and not allowing our opponent to, like, continue to push, it still put us in a really bad place where we're just not able to get anything started, especially with things getting banished. Even though we don't mind too much, but I don't really think there's much you could do even with Temple. Okay, so it does look like he's going to end up conceding, and we're going to go on to important game number 2. As always, before we start off, I need to get a shout out to my YouTube channel members. Shout out to Steve Fox, shout out to Nana Bread, shout out to Veggie U Bell Player, Andrija Hunter, Jay, Corey Quick, El Compa Gabby, Jared Leo, Devin Anthony Looney, Sting Young Wymie, and Thomas Mead. I appreciate your guys' support. For those wondering what you get when you become a channel member, you guys get early access to all full videos. You guys get shout outs on every single full video, and you guys can request games with me on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Master Duel at a time that best works for both of us. And if you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing. You guys get amazing content, consistent drops, funny skits and shorts. If there is something that you guys want to support that isn't becoming a channel member, please consider doing so. But let's jump into game number 2. And of course, the Exodia player is going to go ahead and go first and activate Prohibition. And I see a second copy of Prohibition and Secret Village. It looks like a pretty bricked up hand. This is not looking too good. Oh, and triple tactics talents and a what left arm of the forbidden one. Not looking good. We're probably just gonna have to pass turn here. Hopefully we don't get OTK'd, but we're more than likely gonna get OTK'd here. You hate to see it, right? I mean, you have a bunch of vanilla monsters, and it'd be like that sometimes. I personally would activate village, but it's not like it's gonna do anything. I maybe summon like the Exodia piece. That way you could at least have the spellcaster on field. That way it makes it a little bit difficult. So we normal summon Cheshire Cat. I have banished the Maliss Underground, so probably gonna have our ability to go right into the rank 3. Doesn't really matter. You know, link this off into Decode Talker. If we just go straight into like an access code line, this should be game. Link into Decode Talker. We're gonna set one. What do we do here? Activate the Bestial, banish, activate, and then here we're gonna summon out the Cheshire Cat. There's not really much you could do here. This is just like full combo. We're at the mercy of the Maliss player. And then here we go into link 3. We're gonna go into what I think is gonna be Red Ransom or Cryptor. No, Cryptor. Excuse me. Yeah, Cryptor. Cryptor's gonna search out the spell. Where's that Red Ransom? I can't remember. I think it's Cryptor. Link Code Talker is going to activate, search out the and then search out the spell, activate said spell, banish maybe White Rabbit. Link those off. Go into access code line. And then activate. We're going to go ahead and target one of the prohibitions. In hindsight, I think if you didn't even activate a card, you maybe don't have anything your opponent can banish, and that way he wouldn't be able to destroy anything. And yeah, we're gonna activate the cat, the White Rabbit, and that's looking like pretty much GG's at this point. It should be game. It's unfortunate, and sometimes it be like that, guys. You know, sometimes you break up, not in a good way, and you just meet your impending doom. Shout out to Mike, really solid player, really good from our local. Really nice guy as well, super freaking funny. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to everyone who's been enjoying these local feature matches. Again, I'm always trying to improve, guys. Trust me, I am trying to remove this glare. And then the Exodia player just said Misafi, but we're gonna be start recording top down moving forward because this angle shit ain't working for us. But thank you again for enjoying. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys on the next one.